Checking back in with Fox 13 Spencer Joseph right now, as we're only about a half an hour away from the return of OSIRIS-REx. NASA sort of showing us how that tracking is going with the capsule returning and landing out in the West Desert here in Utah. We check in at the Dugway Proving Ground with Spencer Joseph. Good morning, Spencer. A lot of excitement in the air out there.
A lot, Amy. And yeah, I mean, you couldn't have picked a better day to do this. I mean, it's perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold, no wind in the air. I mean, you really couldn't have picked a better day to do this. Not that they had a choice, it's the mathematics that determines when it can come back to Utah. And of course, we know that OSIRIS, the spacecraft, launched that capsule back at about 4:42 this morning. At about 5:02, the spacecraft began a deflection maneuver to maneuver away from Earth. It'll pass about 400 miles above the Earth's surface, the closest it will get, before continuing on to another asteroid in a few years. So this mission isn't even over after today. But one Salt Lake company actually helped to make sure the OSIRIS spacecraft could stay up there for that long. So take a look. This is an amazing piece of this whole mission that was right here in our own backyard.
There's a reason that space is the final frontier. It isn't exactly easy to get there.
NASA and other government organizations have protocols that are required to follow to qualify hardware to go in outer space. And so part of that is to simulate the space conditions.
And that's where a company in Salt Lake comes into the mix. LACO Technologies makes vacuums, but maybe not the kind you think.
And so when I say vacuum, I'm not talking about your Hoover or maybe your Shark, right? But we're talking about high vacuum that's deep enough that simulates outer space conditions.
Paul Chamberlain is the CEO.
We like to say here that at LACO we make things possible.
And along with his brother Lee, they developed these vacuum chambers. So in 2015, when the OSIRIS spacecraft was being built,
they were interested in us providing for them a vacuum system.
This chamber is very similar in size and length to what we built.
So how do they work?
This type of chamber has doors on both ends, so we can access it from either side. And so what you're seeing here on all these extensions is where they'll be mounting their instruments and feed-throughs.
High-powered vacuums take the air out, and since the components on OSIRIS are going to be in space for a long time, the tests can get extreme.
Often these tests can take days or even weeks to perform, and they'll take it from extreme cold temperatures like minus 150 C all the way up to 150 C.
But for this project in particular, there was a special treat.
They allowed us to put a plaque with our names on everybody who worked on the project that went into space, and that was pretty cool.
So as the OSIRIS-REx mission is about to come to a close,
it's pretty special that it's happening right here in Utah.
For this Salt Lake company, their part in the overall mission was invaluable and has made it all possible.
Even though we don't make the satellites, we don't make the components, we enable these companies to be able to succeed, and it changes the life of everyday people, and that's what's so enjoyable about our work.
Incredible, right? And so many different people had to come together to make the OSIRIS-REx mission possible. And now, officially, we are moving on into OSIRIS Apex. So that is where the spacecraft will go and study another asteroid named Apophis. But let's get through the morning first, shall we? So coming up at about 8:42 is when the capsule will enter Earth's atmosphere. About 82 miles above the Earth's surface. It will be traveling at 27,650 miles an hour. That's a heck of a speeding ticket. Before it makes its way over Utah, puts its chute on, and then it will fall to Earth at a slow 11 miles an hour. So we'll bring that all to you live in just about half an hour. It's so exciting. You could feel the energy. You could feel everyone from NASA getting a little bit tense, hoping everything goes to plan. But of course it will. It's amazing out here. And so many scientists had to make this all work. So Breck, Amy, we're going to toss it back to you in studio, but we'll keep a watchful eye on the skies out here at the Dugway Proving Ground.